offensive output akin to the Brewers in his first preseason game, on a relative scale, to be clear. The fifth-round pick got the start and in 45 snaps proved to be productive. But after that impressive two-touchdown performance last Friday, the rookie is going to add to the laundry list of quarterback injuries in Cleveland. Sal Paolantonio has the latest.
The news on rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders of the Cleveland Browns is not good. Here's a statement from the Cleveland Browns. Further medical testing and examination on Shedeur Sanders revealed an oblique strain on Wednesday afternoon. He is considered day-to-day, won't practice on Thursday, unlikely.
Shedeur Sanders could miss Saturday's preseason game with an oblique injury. Shedeur suffered the oblique injury during the throwing drill early in the Browns' joint practice against the Eagles. Ocho, how concerned are you about Shedeur rise to be QB1 if he doesn't play on Saturday?
I'm not concerned at all. For one, he's not going to be quarterback one. We know Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback week one against the Bengals when they do play. So I'm really not worried about that. I really don't have any concern because now come Saturday when they do play, if I'm not mistaken, Dillon Gabriel, and I'm not sure if Kenny Pickett is playing now, they get an opportunity to show, what they can do. We've seen the small sample size of Shedeur Sanders with the ones for a short period of time, the twos, the threes, and the fours. So we know what he can do. We saw how he played with the lights are on, with the pressure's on, and the bullets are flying for real. We haven't seen what Kenny Pickett could do as a Browns player. We haven't seen what Dillon Gabriel can do. So they deserve their opportunity to play when the lights are on and the game is somewhat meaningful as far as vying for a position on that team. As far as Shedeur goes, he showed what he can do. So him being injured, being able to take the time off and be ready for week 3, whichever preseason game that is, I'm all fine with that.
So you think he's shown enough? For me, I don't see how they keep 4 quarterbacks. Somebody's going to have to get released. It's really that simple. You're not keeping 4 quarterbacks because the positions are too valuable. And none of these guys play special teams. So with that being said, maybe Dillon Gabriel can hold, maybe Kenny Pickett can hold. I don't think Joe Flacco's ever held, at least not while he was in the league. I'm sure at some point in time, maybe in college he held or something like that. But it just, I don't know if he's done enough. People say, well, he's done enough. He's shown what he can do. Well, that's not what the depth chart said. The depth chart said he was still QB4.
Yeah, listen, I think politics plays a part in it. But obviously, when the opportunity presented itself for him to play, when Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel were hurt, he rose to the occasion. He rose to the occasion and looked extremely sharp. Had some great plays, outside the pocket, in the pocket. He was calm, he was poised. And I'm sure anyone with common sense, a GM, a scout, can see the way he played and know this is a quarterback that deserves not just a chance to be on the team, but a chance to start, a chance to compete for the starting position. So now, with that being said, nobody on the other 31 teams watch Shedeur Sanders play that night and say, you know what, he deserves to be quarterback number 4. Nobody at all. So now, if they believe so much in Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel to be quarterback 2 and 3, now they have their opportunity Saturday to prove why they should be.
I don't know if Pickett has practiced yet. Stefanski said, I think it was yesterday or day before, that he was still dealing with some tightness, so they wanted to be careful. They want to be cautious with it. I don't know how much Gabriel has practiced since his injury, but look, they got Snoop Huntley on the roster, and they brought him in last week. Once these other two, they realized that Gabriel had got nicked and Pickett had been out for an extended period of time. With all that being said, this is kind of my worst fear, because we talked about it last week, and I said I sure hope he can consolidate it. I hope that he can put back-to-back games together, Ocho. And now it's like he played really, really well in one game, and now he's nicked, and it looked like he's going to miss the second game, and then the third game. Obviously Flacco's probably not going to play, but I could have seen envision a scenario that they probably would have released Flacco and went with the other guys.
No, absolutely not. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen with your experience in the NFL. As long as you've not only played but been covering the NFL, they're not going to start with the young bucks.
They ain't trying to win, Ocho. You're not trying to win.
You say that you're
They're
not
not.
trying to win? Well, talk to me. And
So
like
you
me.
trying to win? You go get Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Those are your choices, and you take Dillon Gabriel, and then you take Shedeur Sanders in the 7th round, 5th round.
Well, hold on. What other option did they have? Huh? They had no other
So
option.
there were no other quarterbacks available other than Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett.
Well, what quarterbacks were available that can actually put the Browns over the hump right now and compete in the AFC North?
Justin Fields available?
I think he was already going to New York, huh?
He wasn't going before free agency started.
Okay,
You knew James. You wasn't gonna bring. Okay, you wasn't gonna bring Jameis back. Okay.
Okay.
So
Right.
you know that. You don't wait till free agency start. You're starting this. You're
Right.
looking at free agents, not only others, but your own free agents. And you're getting an idea. You're trying to put this puzzle together. Who we would be interested in, who might be interested in us. Who are we going to try to re-sign? Who are we okay
Right.
with them moving on? So
Right.
for me, when you got an 18-year vet, a guy that really hadn't shown you that he could, I mean, he'd been at 2 stops, Ocho.
Wait a minute. A guy that has shown you when Deshaun Watson got hurt, he came in and went on a 5-6 game winning streak for them until the bottom fell out.
So you know what you're getting with Joe Flacco, right? So you know the bottom's going to fall out, right?
I mean, at some point, and that's where your number 2
Well,
comes
here's
in
the
play.
thing, though.
That's where your comes in play. And once your number 2 comes in play, you stick with him, and that's who you ride with for the foreseeable future.
But there are things that even though Joe Flacco is playing well, he turns the ball over a lot. He turns the ball over a lot, picks and fumbles, and that's what bites him. Pickett, I was never sold on Kenny Pickett.
Right.
Pittsburgh wasn't sold on Kenny Pickett. Didn't he go to? He went to Philly last year. Where was he last year? Philly.
He was in Philly. I think it was the backup, not the back, maybe 3rd string. I'm not sure. Or who was the
Well,
second? He might have
McKee is the second now.
from the outside looking in and just being around the game in general. I know exactly how it's going to play out based on what Shedeur did in the first preseason game. To be able to come out and do that with the limited amount of snaps that he was able to play. Joe Flacco was back, and they brought him back simply because he knows the offense, he knows the system, and we know what we get from him if he's in there. At some point, things are going to go disarray. The bottom's going to fall out at some point. Who's going to be our number 2 quarterback that's going to be able to step up and take things on from that point for the foreseeable future for our franchise? Hell, preseason matters most because right now you're trying to earn a roster spot. They got 4th on the depth chart, not give you the adequate reps that you need, especially with the 1s or the 2s. 2 players get hurt, the opportunity presented itself. When the opportunity presented itself, how did he look?
No, he looked good. He looked really well. He looked good. Looked very good.
Looked really well. He looked really well and commanded the offense and commanded the players. He looked like a leader. Looked like he's been doing it for 5 or 6
Yes, he
years.
looked very poised.
That's what he looked like. So again, now it's a quarterback competition. His oblique is hurt. Next man up. Now it's Dillon Gabriel's turn. If I'm not mistaken, if Kenny Pickett's not playing, Joe Flacco's not playing the second game, now Dillon Gabriel gets to play most of the goddamn game until Snoop Huntley comes in the 4th quarter, similar to what they did last Friday.
True.
Now, we will see. Because Kenny Pickett not getting snaps now, but we still know what we got from Kenny Pickett when he was in Philly. We know what we got from Kenny Pickett when he was in Pittsburgh.
It's hard to evaluate it when he was in Philly because he didn't really get a whole lot of playing time. He was a backup, but we did see a large sample